I remember like Keem keeps talking about the whole like Ethan like the NRA thing that he did like 2 weeks ago, right? And it obviously there's a bias between those two over there,
right?
But the whole concept is like if Ethan gets like a strike, which obviously for saying something like that you get a strike. It's like what I said yesterday, right? Like even if I jokingly would say that I'm gonna put like Caleb, right? Like let's say it was a joke, and again, this is a complete joke.
Yeah, look at him.
Well, it's a complete joke, right? Like
I'm calling the police,
and I'm taking. We're whittling that back, like exactly, right? Like you can't. There are certain jokes, there are certain things you can't say, right, without repercussions, whether that be legal or on the platform that you're on. So obviously, he gets a strike for his channel. But I think, all right, in a normal like world, that should have gotten a channel demonetized versus this, like this clearly seems like it's coming out of bias. Now, again, I don't want like Ethan Klein demonetized or removed off YouTube. I'm just saying for like there's no form of like scope in all of this, right? Like there's no like you can't say that and get like a slap on the wrist, because let's be real, a strike compared to what you got is a very big slap on the wrist, right? Like that's it. Like you'll get rid of that in like 3 fucking months. They've said this is indefinite, and it's like over satirical fucking tweets. And again, years of work,
and the other thing is academy wasted.
We literally talked even about this last night. I'm like, so you get the strike for fucking nudity, right? Like sexual content and nudity, but they don't even time code and tell you where the fuck the sexual and nudity content happened, right? It's like, you could make a fucking 2-hour long video and it's like, well, you had some fucking pussy in it somewhere, so we're removing you. Where? I would love to use the YouTube built-in editor and just trim that shit out and make the video public again, but they won't let you do that.
It kind of makes me think
it really does
that there's probably some other reason, and it's not the cucumber in the mouth, because like I said last night, I was like, if someone at YouTube actually came to me and said, yeah, we had to demonetize, or we had to take this video down because you poorly photoshopped a cucumber next to someone's mouth, that's a sentence coming out of your mouth that you can't believe that. You can't believe that if that sentence actually came out of your mouth like that. I mean, they would try to spin it as in like you grossly misrepresented this man by shoving a cucumber into his mouth as if he was sucking on a fat
See, you unwanted Tara, just to let you, it might kill the flow of the episode, but you might want to cut out the joke where I said putting because you never know now. You actually never know with the system, right? You could be making the most tamest shit possible, but the system will take it completely seriously.
Just the way well, to be fair, that like the level at which they were operating within the guidelines is substantially different than the act man.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I understand what you mean, but like that's yeah.
Well,
didn't he like also raid her Discord or something pretty much on camera? Like that's a blatant that's not blatant like
his
targeted
was
harassment.
His was like targeted harassment using his audience to harass someone.
Yeah. That's a no. I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, that's pretty clearly bad, man.
I mean, like, listen, if this was fucking, if this was somebody like who played fast and loose by the rules, like, some fucking lower tier commentary YouTuber that was just like, hey, I've got 5,000 subs, let's fucking go crazy. Let's throw out like all the crazy words we can. Let's edge the guidelines, like literally people that are edging I don't think we would be talking about this, but we're literally talking about somebody that reviews video games, decided to call out harassment and like an actual problem over at YouTube. And yeah, sure, you made 2 tweets that I probably wouldn't have tweeted out simply because like,
but the other 2 tweets you would have
seriously.
The other 2 satirical tweets you would have.
There's some of them that are just so satire. It blows me away that somebody took it fucking seriously.
It's like selfies. I don't fucking post selfies to Twitter, dude. I don't. Like very rarely.
I spoke to my partner manager like last week just for like a quarterly check-in, and I brought all this stuff up, and I was like, is this gonna just start happening? Like, are people just going to start getting fucking deleted over extremely nuanced things that if you just delve in slightly to the context, then it's no one in their right mind would ever demonetize an entire channel over said thing, right? And he was like, I have no idea. So I showed him the whole story, showed him all your videos, and he was like, this makes no sense. This makes absolutely no sense to me. And hopefully he's going to. He also asked me to specifically send any examples of like copyright not a copyright infringement, guideline infringement to him. And and he said he was going to try to help get to the bottom of it a little bit, at least. But even he, a representative of YouTube that I've known for almost a year now, was like, "What? That makes no sense."
I mean, even speaking to like my connections over YouTube, it's like everyone that I've spoken to is like, this does not make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
So
it makes no sense.
And again, like I'm conspiracy. I'm like Alex Jonesing this right now because it's literally all we fucking can do with like anything. Anytime shit like this happens on the platform. But again, it's weird when every single person we speak to from the back end is like, this is weird. Who the fuck let this order go through? You know, who the fuck let this entire demonetization end up flying through?
Yeah.
Like that's because it doesn't make me feel like a human being did this, right? Like somebody like who just didn't really want you on the fucking platform to begin with was like, hey, I've got the excuse now, let's go. You know, like I mean so the response when they tweeted you out, it was like, what, your now deleted tweet, even that from Team YouTube felt so fucking passive aggressive.
Yeah, well,
I was like, damn.
Well, my partner manager also like hit me up like after I replied to it with the context, and he was like, I don't know if you should have tweeted that, and I was like, but like they're claiming I threatened to dox them, and I have to show the evidence and proof. Basically, like he and I've been going back, and he's like, all right, stay off Twitter, just stay off Twitter, just and I'm like, no.
Well, it's like, how do they expect you to stay off Twitter when you keep getting fucked with? And it's like, well, this is my only recourse. I mentioned that with Charlie too. I'm like, it's just a frustrating thing that's the only way to communicate, and it leaves everyone baffled. Like no matter who you talk to, it's like, this is fucking stupid. This is dumb.